All right, B team are back, but me and Mahler are talking about fantasy and some trades that could potentially happen in the future when the year's over. So, okay, well, so I have Derrick Henry on my team.
Mike wants to trade me Derrick Henry.
Okay, well, now would you and Japina actually be interested in that?
Who would you want? Because I'm looking at it from I need Derrick Henry to teach the young kids on my team how to play.
Well, what would you be looking to give up though? Like, are you looking just?
Are you pulling up the teams?
I'm pulling up the teams
All
right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to tell me who's on my team. I've been out of it. I've been almost dead last. We won last week, put me in second last. I couldn't finish last, so I stopped looking.
There's always draft capital.
Yeah, but there's no punishment now for the losers bracket, right?
No.
Like,
it's for the loser of the league. Yeah, it's for Aaron.
Yeah, so I'm my season's done.
He said it's for Aaron. I'm dead.
The craziest part is that Aaron, like, he came in last, and there's a big possibility he comes in last again next year because he's going to go crazy again with all these trades. He's going to be lost because he's going to be overtaken with Syracuse. He's going to forget to check his team.
Yeah.
Gassy literally has his next 2 first-round picks.
He was the worst team in the league this year. He traded away all his picks for players and was still the worst team in the league. I have all his picks. He's just stuck. And we have to mention that this is a Dynasty league.
He's screwed. Can we put out season awards? But only bad ones.
Yeah, we should do that.
So, like, worst GM of the year and just have it be him. And then, like, worst team of the year and have it be him. Just everything be Aaron for all of the awards. And then be like, best Syracuse recruiter. And then that one he gets. Just have it be that. So it ends with a good one. But have it be like 6 or 7 awards where it's like worst quarterback, whatever positions he was bad at, just worse, and make sure it's him.
I actually respect Nietzsche though, because even though his team is absolutely shite, he actually goes out of his way to just make as much trades as possible. Like, he's the only one in our league that is so active via trade.
Yeah.
Is it done? Because I lightly just tap the table.
No, it's not that, dude. It's something else this time.
So is it not recording right now?
I got bits and pieces of that. There's like a little gap in it, but we can fill it in with the camera audio. Just give me a second.
No, you're good. All right, we're technical difficulties, but we're back. Muller.
Yep.
So I'm looking at your team. I know there's probably going to be around 3 of these players that you don't want to give up. Etienne, Kamara, Debo.
Yeah, you list all the players that you would be interested in.
Etienne, Kamara, Debo, Puka Nacua, and any of your first round picks. More likely yours would be fucking sick.
We have 2 firsts, right?
You have 2 firsts. You have mine, and then you have yours.
So here's where we stand on our picks, because our team obviously came in second last because Debo basically did nothing until the playoffs for fantasy, which did not help us at all because we didn't make the playoffs. Our first 2 picks, we kind of need to use them this year because if you look at our team,
it's not terrible.
Yeah, but our youth is not good. You know what I mean? We have Puka. You could say we have players, but we don't have enough. Like Kamara, he's got how many more years?
He's 28, dude. He's got at least 3.
Yeah, well, Derrick Henry, do you want to move him for Kamara?
I would.
You would?
I would do that.
All right.
Absolutely.
Let me.
But I don't know if he's got. No, his allegations should be done. Yeah, I would do Kamara for Derrick Henry, big time.
Because I don't want to lose Etienne, and I don't want to lose Puka.
What about Keenan?
No.
You wouldn't want Keenan whatsoever.
No. You know how I feel about Keenan. He's an injury-prone player. He's been injury-prone for 4 years. I don't think there's a shot in hell that gets done.
I would absolutely try and snag Kamara from you.
Who are my tight ends?
Your tight ends are, I know it's Tanner Hudson is 1, and then Juwan Johnson, Noah Fant, Hendershot, Zach Ertz.
I'll give you the 4 that are on my bench for Keenan.
Okay, so I definitely know where you stand with Keenan Allen then. But I need, and Gassy, I need to talk to you about your first
time out. How many of my tight ends are actually on a football team right now?
Hendershot's on the Cowboys, Juwan Johnson's on the Saints, Noah Fant's on the Seahawks, and Zach Ertz is a free agent.
Almost all of mine are on a team.
Yep.
All right, I was worried for a second there that some of mine weren't on football teams because as we said last week, in my Tanzo's league, I have. Why am I blanking on his name? Retired Jets
Corey
player.
Davis.
I have Corey Davis on my bench because I forget to check my team. So I just.
Did you win? Or going to win?
Oh, I'll check. But you, go ahead.
So Mueller, I think we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
He drafted a team, has not made one single move in his lineup or waiver wire, and somehow you're like you just had a bye week or no in the playoffs. He's in the playoffs.
I had a bye.
He had a bye, dude. Has not touched his team since he drafted it,
Yeah.
and he had a bye. Like, how is that possible?
So I lost second round of playoffs. I lost. I vowed to not touch my team, and here's how we lined up going into the week because I said I would not touch my team. I didn't all year. I could have, but I did not. Dak Prescott sold. Pacheco was out. Olave was out. So I had 2 players that were out, but I vowed to not touch my team. So we rode with it, and I ended up losing by 20. That's not bad
That's
for having
not
2 players
bad.
out.
Yeah, that's
not
bad.
bad.
Damn, if you would actually be, you know what? It was right that you didn't touch the team though,
Yeah.
because for the sake of them getting you a first round bye,
Yeah,
you can't.
I had
do
to.
it.
I had
You
to
couldn't.
ride with them.
I agree.
Because I had Zay Flowers on my bench for the entire season. I had Ferguson on my bench the whole season. Obviously, Corey Davis. I'm sure he's putting up numbers in the beer league, but had him on my bench the whole season, and it just wouldn't be right to give them an opportunity when the rest got me to that point.
Nah, man's putting up numbers in the bedroom, brother. Not the beer league.
No, that's Philip Rivers.
Yeah, that's Philip Rivers.
He's
Yes,
having another kid, I believe.
I know.
Shout out to him.
What a guy, dude.
Is he still a high school coach?
Yes.
I wonder how they did this year because Jason Witten, state champion, first year.
Is he now? Does he coach in California too? Because all of these head
I
coaches are
think he's
all like
Texas.
Palo Alto or Texas. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Those are like the two. It's
Well,
Texas,
Phil-
California, and then
Philip Rivers is Mississippi, isn't he?
I thought he was coaching in Somebody
look it
is
up.
coaching in California.
Snoop Dogg.
Well, obviously Snoop. I could see Philip Rivers in Mississippi though, somewhere down south.
Let's see. Alabama.
Alabama.
Yep.
Who was I thinking of then? I don't know. It's definitely like a quarterback from somewhere, but that doesn't
Liner?
matter, huh?
I can see Leinart coaching.
No, I can't think of it, but it's all good. I definitely saw him like the Coward show or something. But yes, okay. I'm getting back to fantasy.
Yeah,
I want to talk with you, and I also want to talk with you because I know you have a lot of first, and you have a lot of good players. Like I'm willing to pay a little bit of a premium for a couple of them because
T. Higgins is on the board.
Wait,
He's on the
really?
block. T.
Oh.
Higgins
what
is
would
on the
be
block.
his value? Because
Yeah.
he's very hit or miss, very injury
I was
prone.
just gonna say that he's a boomer bust player, but his upside is tremendous. He's very young,
But his
I figure this
downside is
only
also
his three.
down.
But you
I
gotta.
mean, yeah, he's on the Bengals, so like as long as he's healthy, like he can put up numbers.
I
and
would
Tyler
pay.
Boyd's going to be out of there soon.
I would pay
Even
like
if Tia
a.
leaves Cincinnati, I still think he has a lot of value because he would be a wide receiver one on a lot of teams.
It's just his injury problems that
It
I would
is.
give a second. The second would be the highest I'd go for if you wanted to pick.
So wait.
I don't really need picks though. That's a problem.
Like
I
players?
need players,
I-
specifically running backs.
Let's
I'd make a trade. I'd probably have to move a receiver for a running back.
Deal.
let's make.
I like that.
Well, no, this. I get to say my side. So you're just giving a pick.
No,
Is that what
I
you
mean
said?
we'll
That's-
go off
This is
of
your
it.
first offer.
Well,
So you say it, and then
I
I'm
will.
going to rebuttal.
I will always try to get picks.
Okay,
right
well
off the bat.
you make your pick, and then I'll give a rebuttal.
It would be a second round pick.
I can't do that.
I'll give you anyone on my team.
Anyone on
Pick-
the team,
pick someone?
I would have to look at the team.
Okay. I'll give you Derrick Henry after I move him.
Derrick Henry. That's an interesting offer.
Uh-huh. Okay, Mike, are you going to rebuttal that? You probably can't.
I mean, if I'm getting Kamara, yeah, by all means you can have Derrick Henry. I don't mind.
Yeah, so this is a
So
three.
you have Kamara and
This,
Derrick Henry.
yeah, this is turning into an NBA trade. 3-team trade.
3-team trade.
No, there is nothing going on behind the scenes here where the league doesn't have a chance to get these players.
Okay, let me just say one thing. If Marvin Harrison declares for the draft, I think you got yourself a deal.
See,
But
okay,
I have to know.
but now
I have
this
to
is
know that I'm getting Marvin Harrison
so now this is
because
where
I do have the number one overall.
yeah, and this is where I want to ask you because if Caleb declares and Marvin Harrison doesn't, who are you picking? Are you still taking a wide receiver with that first pick?
I don't know who the other receivers are. I know Malik Neighbors is very good. I don't know if there's any huge names that would be worth taking over one of those quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But I have Brock Purdy now, so I also don't really need a quarterback.
Injury prone.
I might be.
Is there a chance you just trade that pick away?
There is a chance. If Marvin Harrison isn't there, I think there's a high chance that I move that pick.
Because I feel like we haven't seen anything about running backs in the draft. Like, I feel like running backs have not been really talked about much.
If he doesn't declare, I will trade you my first, which is the second pick, for your first. And you'll know that I'm taking a quarterback probably.
And that's it? Just
What would be
swapping
the upside
first?
for me?
You would know who I'm picking, so you could decide who you want to pick.
Sounds
Like
like a good
swapping first?
deal. Sounds like a very fair deal.
I'll throw this in. I'll get you lunch. On top of that,
And a six-pack
it's a free
of beer.
lunch and a 6-pack of beer.
I think I'm gonna have to decline that one.
That's bullshit.
I
This league
think
sucks.
people need to enter dynasty leagues more often. Like, again, I don't do keeper leagues, but when you have a collective group of 10 to 12 guys who are 100% invested, I know obviously with a lot of time, like you got to put a lot of effort in. Like, if you have people who are really invested in drafting the whole board of players right now, from McCaff to fucking Jacoby Myers and Corey Davis, and then going through rookies every single year after that, like, yo, it's so fun because you can just, you know what you have to do going into the offseason. Like, I know I got to get younger and I got to move a lot of pieces. Like, this is probably like my only window for actually winning, because Keenan's going to get older and he's probably not going to, he'll probably do fine. Like, dude, he's like the number 2 or 3 wide receiver right now. Like, I got to get some value from him. And then Derrick Henry, like, if I can move those guys off, get some younger guys, I have a shot. But keepers, again, they're fun. Redrafts are getting, they're good for, like, people who are, like, very casual about ESPN or fantasy leagues.
We actually never touched on this last week. The league I'm in with, like, some of the guys in the neighborhood here.
Mm-hmm.
We do a keeper league where you keep one player, but you can trade picks. So hear me out. It's a redraft every year, right? What if I trade my top 5 guys for the first 5 draft picks, and I still keep my top, like, one of my top guys?
I'm in a league where we do that.
That seems like a
very
no-brainer,
similar
right?
league. Yeah, I'm in a league where we do that. The worst teams are always trying to sell off their players at the end of the season for draft picks next year.
Yeah.
And, I mean, some people will need keepers, some don't.
Yeah.
Depends what the market is. Usually in our league, you'll get like a third for a keeper in the off season.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about, I'm like, if I'm able to get rid, because I have a good team. If I'm able to just move some of these guys, some of the idiots in our league, like, they'll bite on it because they'll be,
I've made a lot of moves like that in my one league. I've been doing it for years like that.
Yeah, it's just, it makes a lot of sense to me to just move on from all these guys and then just take the first 5 players that are available. Because you got to think, people are going to probably keep McCaffrey, quarterbacks. Maybe one other guy is going to keep a
well, you said
wide
you only
receiver,
have
running
one
back.
keeper, right?
One keeper
So,
on each
yeah.
team.
All the other players have no use to you. So you need, if you can make a trade, you're making a trade.
I would never keep a quarterback in that league.
Neither would I.
But you
I
got to
don't
remember
think I
who's
would
in the
do
league
it.
with me.
Yeah, true. But
There
like,
were a few people who've done it in my keeper league, like keep Josh Allen just so they don't have to. They're going into the draft not having to take a quarterback and just focus
True.
on other positions.
I just think that they're so much easier to find, and also you can just stream them. Like with running
I
backs
agree.
and receivers,
Yeah, I agree.
they're so hard to find, especially the running back position,
There's always a
because
few quarterbacks who will put up a lot of points.
They'll
for
make you
who-
think
who
about it.
fall.
Yeah,
Who fall
I agree.
every year.
So here's my team in that league. I have Jalen Hurts, which I think I could move on. Someone will bite on that. I have Etienne, Kamara, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Jake Ferguson, Cortland Sutton. I have Miles Sanders, Brandon Cooks.
Who are you gonna keep?
I think it's Jamar Chase, bro. I think you
Yeah.
keep Jamar. Honestly, either Jamar or Etienne. Those are the two.
But hear me out. If I keep, so I was thinking Etienne. Because it's just a reliable running back that
You
week
need
in, week
that.
out. Because I can go get 2 wide receivers. And I'm thinking I move Chase and Smith for a first-round pick. I can replace those guys probably in the first round.
If you can move Jamar for a first, I would do it. But if you can't move him, I would keep Jamar
gotta
over
keep him.
ETN.
Because someone will bite on. I think there's someone in our
Jalen
league
Hurts is
that's.
probably the highest chance of someone biting.
Yeah,
Those Philly
big
fans.
time.
Yes. Well, that's the other thing. There is no Philly fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say like your friends really aren't Birds fans like that. So
No. Like, I think I could get Alexis to bite, Nico to bite, Adam will definitely bite, Lane
Oh,
will
Jalen
bite,
Hurts?
Christian will bite, Alec will bite. I have probably 6 guys in my league that will bite on a
Jalen
first round
Hurts.
pick. Well, just on any of these guys.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know. If I do this and I don't win the league next year, I mean, I deserve to come in last and get punished.
You ever like realize like I was thinking about this yesterday, like we go through like a couple, like at least I do, like for fantasy, like you do maybe like a couple of mock drafts just in different positions until you find it out. And then from there, it's just like 15 weeks of just like pickups, trades. Like, dude, looking back on it, we put so much time to this shit.
Yeah.
It's an imaginary football fucking team.
No,
We put so much effort into it. I'm like, just looking back on all the shit, like trades. I'm in 3 leagues. You're probably in the same. Gassy, you too. Like, there's so much we have to manage within it, and it kind of like cracks me up.
If I'm an
such a
NFL
serious thing.
GM, I would purposely go into like 20 leagues and pick my players, and then just throughout the season see like who bites on certain trades.
Mm-hmm.
And at the trade deadline, if there's one that works a lot, just try and do it in real life and see if your team improves.
You see, how I go about my teams though, I try to draft these same players for each league.
Me too.
Like I can't go like I can't have like one team and then like on the other team none of the same players from the previous team that I drafted. Like I need to have like for example, I have Amon-Ra in like 3 leagues. I have Gibbs in about 2 leagues. I have fucking Dalton Schultz in all of my other leagues. Like it's just shit like that. It just I feel like makes it so much easier to navigate throughout fantasy football.
I agree with you.
And it's fun too. Like it's good to like talk shit with your friends, and also like if you win first, like you're probably gonna get paid a hefty amount. Like dude, the Pacer League was a $200 buy-in. Like
Yep. You're about to win that one, right?
no, bro, no.
Oh, you lost that one?
No, because Reek and Olave, of course, were out, and I got so right now I need a miracle.
You got
Jason,
screwed.
I need Jason Myers to score over 14 points. 14.
14?
That's it.
Oh, 14 fantasy points.
Yes,
man. Okay,
which
I
is
was about to
doable,
say,
dude. It
that's
is
a lot of
doable.
points.
So right now, between me and the Pacer League, me and Jeff, shout out to you, Jeff. I hope you win it. I need 14 points from my kicker. Everything else is done, and then between me and Carlo, I need Lockett to get around 18 to 20 points. If he gets more than 18, I think that's a dub.
So, yeah, you need this game. All things considered, you need this game to be like 55 to 51.
And the mortal
That's
Eagles
what I mean.
-3.
That's what I mean. Like you need it.
Yeah.
You need all things considered. You need this to be an absolute shootout.
I need this to be a fucking shootout, which is actually going to possibly happen because
It
I didn't
could.
think about this. Darius Slay's out, even though it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Again, the Eagles' defense is not that good. Seattle has shown promise.
I think it could be a shootout.
I think it could really be a shootout. And
I'm looking up the weather right
I
now.
believe that Drew Lock is the quarterback, the starting quarterback. Him and Lockett had around almost 25 fantasy points last week. That could be a guy that Drew Lock is like, you know what? Let me find my security blanket, which is Tyler Lockett, and hopefully get me 20 points. Because Carlo, love you, dude, but I'm so due to beating him. Terry McLaurin, like, oh my god,
It's
I gotta
close.
beat him. I gotta beat him.
46 and rainy.
Fuck.
That's not ideal.
That ain't good. 46 and rainy.
Yes, with
The-
little to no wind.
Seattle's going to throw the ball, dude. They're going to throw it. Fucking Kenneth Walker has not been the same. He's been hurt, and he still has that lingering injury. Zach Charbonnet's still good, but, dude.
Is this a Kenneth versus Kenneth game?
Huh?
Kenneth versus Kenneth?
Kenneth Walker versus Kenneth Gainwell?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
I kind of like that. Take both of them over.
One of them's going to be a 69 player of the week.
I hope so.
But, no, I think it could be a shootout because Drew Lock has nothing to lose, and, well, yeah, he has nothing to lose, but they're also in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
like with the NFC playoff picture. But
Drew Lock was kind of a gunslinger, though.
he is a
He
gunslinger. He
pushes the
just
ball downfield.
I feel like he only got his one chance with Denver and then never got it again. Like
Yeah.
he showed like a little bit of talent, but
Yeah, he was like
we know his ceiling.
He was like Zach Wilson. Honestly, they're pretty comparable quarterbacks.
Yeah, just
That's what I
raw.
was thinking.
Apparently, he's a very good basketball player too, Drew Lock.
I can
Like
see
a
it.
stud
I can
at
see
playing
it.
basketball.
Well,
But
speaking of our mortals, Mike's mortal is tonight. We're recording on a Monday today due to festivities this week. Mike's mortal tonight is Eagles -3, so we'll see if they do that. We'll know by the time this comes out. We'll either be 2-1 this week or 1-1 or 1-2. I mean, we told you guys there was at least one guaranteed, and we got that one through
Well done
gas.
on that, by the
so
way.
that was well done. Mine was Cowboys, and that was wrong, very wrong. We'll get into it, but I like the Eagles pick tonight, Mike. I really do. I think they will not catch the 49ers in the end, but Eagles are going to win 3 of their next 4 games.
I think this is just a game that's, again, I said this last time, they're not really against the ropes, but this is a game that like they need.
I mean, they
more,
kind of
like,
are.
They're
No,
not.
in a way.
Like,
Think about this, Mike.
but I think
if
they
they-
still clinch the division. I think it's done.
No.
No, it's
Hear
not.
me out. So if they lose tonight, same records again. Back to being the same records. They got to play the Giants twice. And I'm telling you, I believe in cutlets. I believe in
To
cutlets.
win at least one of them.
One of
they're
them.
not going to win 2. of
And
them.
if they win one,
But have you seen your schedule?
yeah,
It's tough.
yeah, I know. But, and we'll get into it. I have excuses. I know what's going to happen. Eagles fans are going to hate me, but I think it's possible. But let's focus on the morals for now. Eagles -3 tonight. We got to lock in. We got to focus. I believe in it.
I think it's not even for their standings in just their standings in general. I think it's for themselves.
I think tonight's a must-win.
I think this game is. Listen, we just lost 2 in a row. Fuck the outside noise. Excuse my French, but let's do this for ourselves. Let's get back on a winning track. This is going to be a tough game. Let's show the world that we're still the Philadelphia Eagles with a tremendous O-line, a damn good quarterback, and really good position players. So, but listen, Seattle's going to fight, man. Seattle did it against you guys.
And Seattle has a lot to play for.
Yes, and they have a lot to play for. And Drew Lock, again, he's looking for his opportunity. They're going to be pushing the ball. And the secondary without Darius Slay, they got to step up, man. They have to step up.
Yep.
Blankenship, freaking Bradbury, like these guys got to listen, Seattle is going to be a team in the future they're only getting better.
Yep.
Like they have Geno right now. Yes, that's their quarterback. We don't know how long he's going to be their quarterback because he's older too, and he's going to drop off at some point. But you got guys like DK, you got guys like JSN, Lockett, Kenneth Walker, Zach. Like they have good players, and their defense is also getting better, and their O-line. Like it's going to be a tough game, but I think the Birds should handle it well.
Yep. And I'm going to give you your flowers now. Mike, congrats on a good mortal. That's a winner. 2-1.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
So, mortals for the upcoming week. Christmas week, we got games on Christmas Day. We got games on Christmas Eve. We got games on the 23rd. Probably the best Christmas we've had in a while. Records, I'm 10-6 now. Mike, you are 6-8-1, barring tonight, but 7-8-1 probably. Gas, you are 7-8-1 as well. So we'll go.
This is a fucked mortal, man.
I lost again, so Gas, you go first since you've guaranteed one. You don't have one yet, Mike? Do you have one?
Well, this is the issue now because I was always on Thursday Night Mortals. I've been on it for the last almost 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if they're going to win tonight. If they win tonight, I got the whole board to work with. If they lose and don't cover, I have to go to a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
So you already called the win. I'm going to open
Yeah.
the whole board right now.
I think you opened the whole board. You already won tonight.
Yes.
You won.
So what I'm going to do actually is I just see it now and I like it. I'm taking the under in the Colts-Falcons game. Michael Pittman, I hope you're alive, number one. And number 2, Atlanta is such a damn frustrating team to watch. And the Colts are fun. The Colts are actually fun. But don't sleep on Atlanta's defense. They just lost. It's going to be a tight-knit game. Let's rock with the under. It's 44.5.
Yep. I like that. I like that pick. Need more time? All right. So I was looking at this whole board, and people are going to hate me for this, but I'm not going to play dumb. Might be a spite bet. Might be a reverse psychology
Can I just guess
bet.
what it is? It's fucking Dallas plus 1.5.
Nope. Wrong side.
Miami?
Dolphins minus 1.5. Give me the Dolphins. Cowboys already clinched. This is a reverse psychology bet. Dolphins minus 1.5.
This is funny because I feel like the last Muller, I'll give you your flowers here because you're pretty smart with this. Most of your mortals have been involving the Cowboys or against the Cowboys. Like I feel like maybe the first couple weeks.
I've called almost their whole season.
Yes, essentially, which is why your record is so good. So good for you for that. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the ones that you picked, the Cowboys, they covered.
Yeah. Last night was very unfortunate, but oh well. Whatever.
Fuck Dak for that.
Whatever.
He got me sick.
Oh, more than just you.
I kind of love and hate this pick, but I'm going to have to go with Buffalo minus 10.5 in LA against the Chargers. After what the Raiders just did to them, I got to take Buffalo with the points.
Big spreads, gas.
Yeah,
They've been hitting though.
I like
It worked
this.
this week. I'm usually a very small spread
You
guy.
are.
That's always
you
the
are.
way I bet.
I know.
Maybe I'm going to switch it up.
I do like that none of us took a Christmas Day bet, and I have a feeling, wink, wink, that there might be a Christmas Day parlay being put out.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. All right, well, those were good. I like all those mortals. I like them all. I think the Bills are in that, like a position that we said earlier, they're in a position where it's not a can't lose, it's a must win.
They have to.
You have to win.
They need to win out. They can't rest stars. They need to win out.
So it is a can't lose.
Yeah.
Okay, well now it's a can't lose.
Every single game for the rest of their season, they have to win every single one.
Yeah.
They can't slack.
Yep. And then last part of our sports betting segments, 24 Days of Christmas, we mathematically can no longer lose.
No.
We did it. We did. We actually achieved what we did not think was going to happen.
Clip it.
Like the only thing we needed to do was finish with $50 in our pocket, and we're guaranteed $100.
And it's funny too because I feel like recently, we're not gonna lie, we've been a little cold, but at the first week that we did it, we were on fire.
On fire.
I was waiting for that one late to hit where it was like D-Hop touchdown. Because it was like 50 to win
We
a
were so
shitload
close.
of money.
It was like 600 something.
It was like
crazy.
50 to win 650.
We were so close.
So what was that again? Was that I'm gonna look
even
right
know.
now because that was such a close bet. And also, Gassy, I'm glad I said something about the Tony Ferguson bet because if we would have lost by another yard, I would have lost my shit.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, we lost. But if we would have lost by a yard for
my best pick.
2 weeks, I mean, I was
He was
rocking
a heavy
with it.
underdog, but yeah, I was.
He was so.
No, but-
is it time for him to hang it up?
It is, yeah.
Really?
He put up a good fight, but it just sucks to see a guy who's a shell of his old self, especially in a sport as brutal as that. He's gonna get his ass beat again eventually. He did put up a good fight against Patty, but he's not who he used to be.
Well, we also didn't know that Patty was going to come out with dreads.
Cornrows, yeah.
Yeah,
he looked dope.
Like, I feel like if you knew
He had
that,
a hat on and then revealed it.
yeah, if you knew that ahead of time, I feel like your pick would have been Patty the Batty.
It's
It
just-
would have had to be.
It's just crazy because Tony was so he's lost his last 7 in a row. Before that, he was like 15-2, like just completely just fell off the map. And I feel for the guy, man. But I think he genuinely loves fighting.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna stop. Like he generally loves it. Tony Ferguson's always been like that.
Well, I mean, Mike, I would love fighting too if I was bringing in millions every time I got my ass kicked.
Yeah,
You know?
but
I don't think he's bringing in millions.
yeah, he's not. He's lost so much.
I mean,
yeah, he's
probably
chilling.
bringing
He's made
in-
millions fighting, but he's not making $1 million a fight.
all right,
I
well,
don't think there's any chance.
I'm thinking I would say he probably made a good chunk of change.
Absolutely.
For getting his ass kicked.
Absolutely, but I think like now you've just lost your 7th or 8th fight in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, is it time to call it a career? Because we all love Tony Ferguson. Like nobody on this planet hates Tony Ferguson. He's just a likable guy. But I think it's time. I mean, but he loves it. He might not stop. Who knows? And then Colby Covington. What the hell happened? Yeah, I know you watched all of it. I know.
Yeah, I did. I think personally, I'd have to attribute that to ring rust. He was out like a year, I believe, before this fight. He just didn't fight as hard as you'd want to see him fight for a title shot, especially when he's already had title shots, and this is probably going to be his last one for a while if he doesn't win. Like, you want to see a guy leave it all on the line when he gets a title shot. Like, if he knows he's going to lose or is in danger of losing, just really turn it up.
We didn't see that.
He really didn't do that. He fought a conservative fight. He's a conservative guy. Maybe that's why. Yeah, but I love Leon. He's kind of a boring fighter. He's kind of just like a kickboxer who wants to, like, win decisions, but, like, he's better for the division than Usman was. I think people like Leon a little more, but boring ass fight. The other co-main event, also a boring ass fight, Pantoja.
Yeah. Josh Emmett, I think, was stamped, by the way.
That was crazy. That was
insane.
crazy. That was the first knockout I've seen that actually looks like a UFC game knockout.
Like
the UFC video game.
I saw a tweet, so it was a response to a picture of Sydney Sweeney in her.
Yeah, I saw that too.
You saw that? That guy.
That's been memeing all
That
over.
became the funniest meme of all time.
Yeah.
I just see it anytime, like, Kim Kardashian posts a picture or Sydney Sweeney posts a picture in the last week. That's the first reply to it every time.
This Bryce
It's
Mitchell.
a problem.
The man of faith. I knew. You know,
Man
it's
of
funny.
faith.
It's funny too because Bryce Mitchell. I knew he was always good, but after I watched that fight with Ilya, I was like, yo, like this man just got worked. Hot take.
Ilya is also very good though.
I think he could beat Volk. I think
Ilya?
he could do it. Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, it's not a crazy take. But Volk is next level right now. What was he? So we had the Patty fight. Patty looked great. He was better than Tony with his stand-up and with the grappling. I think.
Also,
don't
his
think-
trash talk.
Yes,
Trash
he
talk
was.
was
Call him a
better.
sausage. That shit
Yeah.
was so funny. You sausage.
He dropped a "Who's gonna carry the boats" line.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
David
But,
Goggins looked ridiculous.
As a corner man, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he is a good guy to have there for moral support. I feel like I would want him in my corner if I
I
was fighting,
guess.
but I don't think it helped very much.
Not at all. What a waste. Like, that could not. Tony's got to look back at that and be like, it was not worth it being basically, like, bitched around for months by David Goggins.
It was interesting. Before the fight happened, I wasn't going to shit on it. I was like, fighting is such a mental sport. Like, okay, maybe this will give him some kind of fire. Because, like, Tony's problem when you watch him, he used to be, like, the most, like, ferocious fighter, absolutely insane guy, didn't give a fuck when he was in there. And, like, his new self, he kind of just, like, lost that fire.
Yeah.
He looks kind of flat when he fights.
He
Like,
just
less
takes
energy.
punches, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no.
So I
defense
thought
to it.
maybe, all right, like, if he thinks it's, like, a mental issue that he's having, like, okay, go do the Goggins training, but, like, I just think he's getting old.
I respect that he tried it though. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like he kind of just like got out of his shell a little bit and wanted to do something for him. Like again, this all goes back to Tony. Like he has his legacy. Like I think Tony.
Yeah,
Everyone knows.
yeah,
him.
everybody loves him.
Yeah, everyone loves Tony. Like he's just doing it for himself now. Like I feel like he doesn't even care about just the UFC and where he ranks.
Dude, it's
Like,
always so sad when you see UFC fighters who get addicted to it and they just can't stop when they
Yeah.
should stop, and they end up just being a total shell of their former self and losing fights.
Yeah, it's rough to see, man,
Because it's not like the NFL where Joe Flacco comes in and it's like, it's funny, oh, is Joe Flacco going to go off past like the last few weeks of the season? It's like you see dudes get like absolutely destroyed.
Why?
Like it's a wicked big sport. Like you see him just get fucked up.
I have a question. Why is it that when the guys fight, it never seems like this, but when the girls fight, you always get a before picture of them smiling put together, and an after picture they're just covered in blood.
Oh, dude, they're
Why is that the
they're
case?
warriors, bro.
I
Like,
know, but why
fun. They're
is
fun
that
to
the
watch.
case? You never see a guy like both of the guys looking like that at the end. Never happens.
Because they're not hesitant. Like I feel like you guys, you could say this too. Like I feel like girl fights, like they're swinging, dude. Like they're not feeling each other out.
Yeah.
Maybe like in a main event, called main event, but like they're
You know what
going
I
in there
think
with
it
something
is?
to prove, bro. Like they don't give a shit.
I don't think there are some like female fighters I think who don't really have knockout power as much as the guys do. So you'll see fights that go the distance and like they're just super high volume, like they're throwing a shit ton of
It's
punches.
very high volume.
Alright.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Like watching like Amanda Nunes and like Cyborg just like throwing punches. Like
Well,
Nunes,
Amanda
what-
Nunes has
Her name is
serious
Cyborg?
knockout power.
Yeah, what's her name? Her
Chris
last name-
Cyborg.
Chris Cyborg, right? Yeah, like
Not
She-
her real name.
Okay. I was gonna
yeah,
say
she's
like she has to
Brazilian
win.
as fuck.
All right.
But
Yeah, that's
watching
not
Nunez,
Brazilian at all.
watching Nunez, like bro, she just gets there and just throwing haymakers. Like I love it, and like you would think that they're easy, but dude, the way that she just times it perfectly, and she's so powerful. Like, I don't even know what she's fighting again, or like Valentina. Like bro, Valentina's fun to watch, and I was shocked that she lost that fight to was it Juliana Pena or whatever.
That was Amanda Nunes, I think.
Yeah, she lost to Amanda Nunes, but Valentina. lost to
Valentina, I
somebody.
think, maybe lost to someone else. I'm not sure.
Like she's just like kicking, like yeah, just she's got the sound effects and everything, dude. And it's like, yeah, you know, if she's doing that in a real fight, she's not screwing around. No way.
That sound effect was very accurate.
Yeah, but so now when is my last thing at UFC? This Sean Strickland fight, is that soon?
I believe
Like a
this.
month, right?
No, this fight that just happened was the last one of the year.
Last
I
one of the
think.
year? Okay.
Yeah, but I think Strickland's on the next one. Did you
Did he
see
get
the
kicked
fight with
out?
him? Yeah, he fought Dricus Duplessis.
What was that about?
The video was wild.
Yeah,
I didn't. See
I did.
it,
I
though. Was it
respected.
crazy?
It's
Yeah.
wild, dude.
I respected the fact that he told the girls to move quick. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Oh, yeah, so
And
you
then
did see
boom,
it.
Yeah, like that
So-
was very respectful of him.
They were both like, it looked like they were on camera. It was like one of those moments where like the
Yeah.
UFC broadcast camera was out in the crowd
Yeah.
and they had Sean on camera and Dricus is like 2 rows behind him just
Yeah.
talking shit, like yelling at
Yeah.
him. And Sean looks back at him and makes like a gun sign,
Yeah.
like shoots him. And then he just calmly gets up, walks over 2 rows of seats, tells those 2 little kids to move and starts throwing shots.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
And he actually looked like he landed a lot of shots too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It was a real fight. It
was
didn't get broken up right away, like one of those classic like
Yeah,
brawls where nothing happens. He was throwing some shots.
it was firm bows to the skull.
It was.
Now that's for light heavyweight, right? Or
Sean's a middleweight,
middleweight? Okay.
but yeah, Dricus, I think he's a middleweight.
This is
He's
his-
he might be a light heavyweight,
He
but they
looked
could
thicker.
definitely fight. They're at a weight where they could fight if they
Big
wanted
time.
to.
No, now this is his first title appearance, though, right? Duplessis
Against who?
against like anyone. I don't think he's fought for a title. Maybe he has. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't follow the UFC as closely as I used to, but he's in the mix for a title.
Bro, remember we were watching? I think it was Pereira and Adesanya at your house, and we had like a massive parlay going, and then we had Pereira. And dude, he was just lighting him up, and then Izzy acted like
Yeah,
he was getting shot. He just went bam. Dude, nah, the one that screws me forever is Poirier Gaethje. Like that will haunt me forever. I could have won like $1,000 off it. I had a cash out. I had a cash out option around like 450. I hit the craziest second leg of the parlay plus 680, and then all I had was Dustin Poirier minus 120. I'm like, all right, like he's got a bam head kick, boom. Slump, gone, bro. Gone. And I was just like, God damn it. Went to work the next day fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
But,
Bounce back.
yeah. Well, shit. We got to get into football now.
All right.
Joe Flacco, elite. I told
Back.
you guys he's back. I had to say it. I love it. Just because you
go.
brought him up, I'm so in on Joe Flacco. And you should be too if you need some quarterback.
My favorite part about Joe Flacco is that he has the wherewithal to make sure that people still watch him. Like, if he just went out there and blew them out, no one's watching that game. He made sure he threw a couple interceptions, 3 to be exact, to keep them in the game, make sure they got points on the board, and then boom, wins at the end. No one remembers the interceptions. Everyone's just like, man, Joe Flacco's elite. That's my guy right there. That's a good guy for Roger Goodell to have in the back pocket.
A fantasy quarterback. Keyword fantasy. He did throw 3 picks. Yes, we know that. But he also put up a lot of points in fantasy, so hop off.
He does numbies.
He does numbies, man. And they're in the playoff picture. Mm-hmm. And they always got discredited. Remember at the start of the year, like, dude, what are the Browns? Like, they got Deshaun. They got weapons. They got a damn good defense. Here we are. They're a playoff team.
Everyone
I fucking called it.
The Jags are like this. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, they're definitely in the playoffs, They're one of the best teams in the AFC. The Browns have a better record than them. Browns are 9-5. Jags are 8-6. Jags are competing with the Colts and Texans, who have the same record. They all have the same record.
The Colts can win that division, and I kind of but we're always jacking off, but I hope the Colts win it. I love what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I think Shane Steichen should win Coach of the Year right now because he just picked up a Colts team his first year, and they're, 8-6 now?
Yep.
Gardner Minshew is taking them all the way to the playoffs. They literally lost Anthony Richardson. Like, look what's going on there. Zach Moss was a hit. I mean, they signed JT, but I don't know what they're going to do. They're obviously going to play him, but
yeah, and
they might have wasted a little money on it.
The Colts have Falcons, Raiders, and Texans to finish the season, while the Jags have the Bucks, Panthers, Titans. You could argue that the Colts have the easier schedule there.
Yeah, and the Titans will always give them a hard time.
Yep. And always. It's at Titans, I believe.
Yeah.
So Colts could end up getting that division.
I kind of hope they do. At home. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, the Panthers got their second win of the year.
Yep. Shout out Bryce Young, Roll Tide.
Against the Falcons. Apparently the tickets were selling for like
14 cents.
Yeah.
You could
14 cents.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We could have went.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a stadium that empty.
That was bad. That was like a high school soccer game. I've seen crowds at high school soccer games.
Dude, as an owner, it's
Why does Charlotte even have a team?
I think they always have, right?
Yeah, it's just because
Carolina. There's no way they were an original NFL
No, they
team.
aren't.
They got to be like an expansion team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus they also have like the other sports down there, Hurricanes, the Hornets.
Well, that owner's actually fired 4 or 5 coaches in the last year across all of his teams.
Yeah, I don't think they have a baseball team down there though.
After that, I think if any team gets moved to the UK, I think it should be Carolina.
I agree, definitely.
But the Jags are so good in the UK.
They're a close second.
Jags would be. I guarantee the Jags win a Super Bowl in their first year if they move to the UK. I guarantee it. They don't lose in the UK.
Maybe next year we'll go
to UK.
We should go to the UK.
I'm down.
And then maybe we can catch a Liverpool game.
We gotta see Liverpool. We'll hit up Austin Trusty on Sheffield. We'll go there. And then we'll go to the football game.
Can we go to Sunderland?
I feel like we have to, right?
Because I watched the documentary, I want to go. And I want to experience the Sunderland.
Wrexham.
Yeah, you want to?
Wrexham.
Deal.
That'd be fun.
I was thinking about this too.
We only go if the Jags are there.
That's fine. Patriots, Jets, last game of the year. Should we take a trip up?
What day is it on?
That game could have serious tank implications. That could be the
Yes.
tank Super Bowl right
Yes. And while we're talking about the tank Super Bowl, we have Washington against the Jets. And do you know who's favored in that game?
The Jets.
The Jets. That's insane.
I think
Jets
Washington
fans cannot
is a
like
better
that.
team than the Jets.
Absolutely.
I think they definitely are.
They have a quarterback.
That is, if you're looking for a
Exactly.
plus money game this week, you take Washington because where's the game at? Is it at the Jets?
MetLife.
It is. So yeah, you absolutely take Washington in this game because who knows who's going to start for the Jets? And if Simeon starts, you're looking at 2 interceptions, maybe a pick 6. If Zach Wilson starts, you're looking at angry fans the whole game. There's no way they win this game.
January 7th, by the way, is when they play.
January 7th. All right, we might have to look into
We'll
that.
drive up. We'll get a hotel for a night. We'll fuck around in Boston, and then Yeah, we'll leave.
Yeah.
You know the stadium's not in Boston.
It's not.
I'm pretty sure it's like an hour outside of Boston.
Yeah, it's
or
not
something
even
like that.
even close.
That's fine.
Because I remember.
That's fine. Who cares? That's like us going to MetLife, just longer.
When was this? Was it the World
It
Cup?
would be worth it to get a hotel room in Boston,
It
so
would.
you're not in Foxborough, wherever that is.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It can't
what
be
that
a
place
good-
is.
That'd be sick,
Fair.
dude. I think we'd have a really good time. Plus, it's a stadium off the list, and it's a bullshit game. Everyone's just gonna be hammered.
Well,
We can
that's
go
what you
drink.
think.
Oh, it's
This is
gonna
a
be bullshit
legacy game for Bill. He hasn't.
He's going to LA. I'm
It is a
calling it.
legacy game because he has a chance to get his choice at these quarterbacks.
I want him to go to LA. I think this was gonna happen.
I
He's
don't
gonna
know.
draft.
This is-
He's gonna draft it, and then he's gonna go to LA. He's gonna set them
Yeah.
up for the future.
For failure.
For-
That would
for
be a
Justin
good-
Herbert.
That would be
No,
a big Bill move.
He could set them up for failure. You know he controls the drafts, right?
Yes.
He's one of the only coaches.
Yeah.
He just picks the worst quarterback and leaves.
Leaves.
That's a Bill Belichick
He
move
takes-
if I've ever heard one.
Is
Picks
it? You think that's a
Louisiana
Bill Belichick
Monroe.
move?
What are you
I don't-
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Dude, I don't know.
I can see
After
that.
what he did to the Jets.
True that, but we are the Jets. But he also has won
But
a
he's-
lot of rings with New England. Maybe it's like, you know
He
what?
hates Robert Kraft.
Does
They
he
have-
hate Robert
yeah,
Kraft?
He definitely
Tell-
hates Robert.
Tell me this would be the biggest.
Okay,
Bill
I
Belichick
hope he
move.
does that then.
You've never followed this story of like the rift between
Yeah.
him and Robert Kraft?
No, I don't think I know
I
the
don't think
story.
they like each other.
Robert Kraft
Really?
loves Brady. He doesn't love Bill Belichick.
Okay, so
Exactly.
oh shit.
Belichick was trying to get rid of Brady like
For years.
early on, like before they won their last Super Bowl.
Oh shit.
He
Kraft
wanted
said
to move
no.
on to Jimmy G.
He tried to move on from Gronk. Gronk retired.
Why did I not know
Remember
about
that?
this?
What, Gronk?
No, any of this feud shit
I
right here.
honestly don't know how you
Robert
did it.
Kraft went over Belichick's head and said, "No, we're not getting rid of Tom Brady. What the fuck are you talking about?" And then they went on to win that last Super Bowl against
Yeah.
the Rams.
Wow.
Yep.
Holy shit.
This
Rub
would be
and tug.
Dude, Bill Belichick him taking Louisiana Monroe. I don't know who your quarterback is, but taking Louisiana Monroe's quarterback and then dipping would be the biggest Bill Belichick move of all time.
I hope that guy comments on our pod.
That's why everyone says that Belichick has this thing where he has this mental thing. He wants to show he can do it without Tom Brady.
Which
Yeah.
is why I think he goes to
There
LA.
was no logical reason to move on from Brady to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Of course not.
No.
way. Which is why I think he should go to LA. Like, I want to see it happen for the sake of Herb, and I want to see it for the sake of his legacy through his eyes, which I talked about in the Twitter GM today.
Yeah, if he can keep Herb healthy. Why, dude? That whole the whole offense is kind of injury prone.
They all are. Yeah,
Is it a San Diego thing?
yeah. They don't matter anymore. They're done. It's over for them. The Broncos. Sean Payton
They're
yelling
dead.
at Russ
No,
again.
They're dead. Russell Wilson's dead. He was never back. You should never believe
Nah, he
it. I
was
told
back.
you last year
He
this
was
guy's career is dead. He's dead.
You said he was back.
dead.
We both agreed on
He's-
that.
Nope. We were blinded by the wind.
No.
We were
We're
blinded, Mike.
We're talking about it the
We were
wrong way.
blinded.
The Lions are back.
The Lions
The
are
Lions
back.
are back.
Lions are back. Denver is dead. Russell Wilson's career over.
I hope they win
They
the
should have
division.
never got rid of Drew Lock.
I hope they win the division.
They aren't gonna. They can't win the division.
I hope they do it.
There's no way they win the division.
They're only a game. They're probably only what?
2 games
They're
back.
2 games back now.
2 games back.
Hey, never say never.
3 to play.
Never say never.
I-
Fuck Kansas City. We are
That-
not a
that
Kansas
is-
City podcast.
That is a crazy thing for you to say, considering you're a Jets fan, to say never say never.
Dude, they went on like a 6-game winning streak. They were snapping.
Yeah.
The Jets went on a 3-game winning streak, and we thought this was
Super Bowl.
well, everyone, yeah.
Zach Wilson's back. No, the only thing with let's see here. Where's the Broncos? Right here. All right, so now they are 7-7. They have to play the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Raiders. They
That
should
could be
not,
3 wins right
That
there.
should be 3 wins. But Russell Wilson just got put in like he just got emasculated on national television.
When we think about the Broncos, it's just Russell Wilson, nothing else, bro. It's just
don't-
Russ. Yeah, the Lions fans were trolling him too, by the
He
way.
got emasculated, dude. They're 2 games back of the Chiefs, and the Chiefs play the Raiders, the Bengals, and the Chargers, and their 2 hardest games are at home. Like the Chiefs aren't gonna lose this division. They are. They beat the They
I hate
split
to
with
see
the
it.
Broncos.
We don't like the Chiefs anymore. We hate them.
It is hard to come back from being emasculated. It takes time.
Yeah.
It does.
Dude, let me list some things that happened this year to Russell Wilson. Sure, yeah, he won 5 games in a row.
That's
Let's
pretty
not say
impressive, though.
6.
That's impressive.
Impressive, but everyone can do that. He beat the Packers, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Vikings, and the Browns. Good.
Solid.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Now let me show you what he did the last 2 weeks. Actually, let me just go through
Did
the
he
whole
lo-
season. Let's go through the whole season. Sean Payton comes in, tells him he's not allowed to have his personal trainer there. He probably went to bed crying about that one. And then he comes in and, he's not allowed to have his office anymore. Sean Payton is just big guy. Like, he's coming in and just big shot at him. He took away all of Russell Wilson's toys, essentially. He put him in timeout, said, you're not allowed to do anything. I'm forcing you to watch football. He got done like Tiger Woods. And you know what? It worked for 5 weeks. And then he had a kid. His mind went away again. He's thinking about everything. He's probably missing Pete Carroll, who would probably watch his kid on the weekends when he has to go to his office and do his whole bit that he does where he's Mr. Unlimited. Well, Sean Payton ain't doing that. And look what happened. They lose 42-17 to the Lions.
Lions are back.
And they gave up a touchdown to the Chargers.
Lions are back.
Russell, you can't get emasculated and win a football game. That's just not going to happen. They're playing the Patriots in prime time on December 24th. Well, what is Christmas about? It's about the kids. And who just had a kid? Russell Wilson. Do you think his mind is on the football field? No,
it's about getting a dub for his
career's done.
kid.
Career's done.
The switch up is crazy.
Zappy and McCorkle don't have a kid. They ain't thinking about that.
Motherfucker, they are kids.
That's what I mean. So they're hyped to be getting to play the sport they love on Christmas Day.
No, they want presents. They want their toys.
You know what their present's going to be? A win in prime time.
I hope so, because we'll get a better draft pick.
Yup.
I'm a Patriots fan from this point on.
That's why we're going to the game.
Yep.
And
I'm
I hope
in
the
on
Jets
this.
lose every game.
We now have, how many Super Bowls do they have? 7?
They have a lot.
We've all 6.
I think they have 6.
No, because they need to do the thing where you have. No, yeah, but you won with the Bucks. All right, so we have 6 Super Bowls. Congrats. 6 Super Bowls in the last couple decades. Let's go. We're back. That's what I'm talking about. Patriots fans.
You want to talk about Rodgers before we end this?
Yeah, we probably should. Medical miracle.
Yeah.
He had a one-handed diving, jumping interception on the practice squad in practice.
Why, bro?
Why? He's back, dude. He's gonna play a game.
What did you say he had in practice?
He had a one-handed diving interception playing free safety.
Okay.
Why would he be playing
I
free
think he was
safety?
just messing around, but still, he's moving around, doing stuff.
Fuck around and find out.
Okay, that I don't.
Fuck around and find out, bro.
I don't actually
This is
like
why
that.
the Jets are a joke, dude.
I don't like that I'm hearing that.
This is why the Jets are a joke.
Free safety in practice.
They're so stupid, bro. They got played so badly by him. They got played by him, by Hackett, everybody.
Was that a fake story that you just made up? It has to be.
Honestly, it might have been. I was just scrolling Twitter. I saw a lot of people
No, it
talking
was
about
all over Twitter, bro. Like people were saying that. Even like Matt O'Leary and everyone was saying that. Everyone. I don't care. He's done. He's done.
guaranteed-
I hope he breaks his legs.
I think
Okay.
no, he
Here-
could have
he's-
come back if
he's
the Jets
starting
were in
week
playoff
18.
contention. He would be back.
They're gonna play
He's
him,
that
bro.
much of a-
They're
Starting
going to play
week
him.
18, he's
No,
playing the
they're
first
not.
half.
He's not playing.
The Jets are stupid enough to
You
fucking
mean
do
he's
it.
not fucking playing.
I would not be shocked. I'm not counting it out because the Jets are that dysfunctional. They might play him just for shit.
Let's think
You
about
just saw what Miami did to Zach Wilson.
Stop.
Dude. There's no
Stop.
way he's going to
Stop.
No, I didn't. I didn't watch it.
Stop. We're not getting.
No,
This
Zach
is
Wilson.
not about Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's
It's about
dead.
the O-line.
I'm out.
He's-
I'm even out on
Aaron
Zach
Rodgers
Wilson.
is gonna die if he goes out there.
Dude, he's gonna play the first
He's
half
gonna
of the
tear
game.
his other Achilles.
Bro, you guys are gonna watch him play against the Patriots in Foxborough when we go there, and you guys are
That
gonna
would
be
be-
so
Dude, that
up
would be
for it.
electric.
It's gonna. Yeah. Oh, look
Imagine.
it. You're back in on it.
That's
See,
unprecedented.
he's going to play this game. He's going to play this game. He's going to have 3 touchdowns. He's going to throw for like 300 yards.
I'm
and
kind
every
of nervous.
Jets fan's going to say, "What
I'm
if?"
nervous that they might actually let him do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Dude,
I'm not counting it out
look
at
at-
all, dude.
Dude, here's-
I can't count it
I
out.
wouldn't even say he's going to play the first half. You guys are going to start Simeon that game. All right. He's going to play fucking terrible And your guys are going to be, oh, boo, boo, boo. They're going to bring Zach Wilson in because the Jets just keep doing this at halftime. We just switch up the quarterbacks because that's going to fix
This
the
is
whole
your
situation.
story, bro. This is
And
what you
then
want.
Zach Wilson is going to play so bad for the first 2 drives that they're going to have to put Aaron Rodgers in, who's going to be they're going to tell Zach Wilson to fake an injury to get him into the game.
This
as
is your
the
philosophy,
emergency back.
Mueller, by the way. I don't know if you realize this.
I know. This is great.
This is Mueller's philosophy that he wants, like, how Baker and Sam Darnold play for the Panthers and, like, just ride the hot hand.
This is my favorite thing.
What the Jets are doing right now, which is hilarious.
And Aaron Rodgers is somehow a part of that mix.
Yes, and he's going to have the hot hand. He's going to come in and throw 3 touchdowns in a quarter, and you guys are going to win the game, have a shitty draft pick, but you're going to have all that hope.
It's going to fuck us out.
You're going to have all of that hope.
We're going to win the game. It's going to get, like, a franchise quarterback for New England.
Yeah.
It'll get us nobody.
Yep.
I could see that. I could totally see that happen.
I'm about to buy just
Dude,
an
that would be the most Jets storyline ever.
I can't
Like,
wait for this.
Aaron Rodgers misses the whole season, destroys our hopes and dreams, and just comes back at the last minute to make us lose out.
It's going to happen.
Hear me out.
No doubt.
This all happens. He comes back. He beats the Patriots. Signs for Bill Belichick the next year. Is the Patriots quarterback and is there to terrorize you guys for the next 5 years.
Probably.
Honestly, like, you can't put it. That would be such a Jets thing to
If
happen.
we got Jaden Daniels, I'd be okay with Rodgers going to.
If you guys get Jaden Daniels, you're going to be like the Colts this year. Except he hopefully won't get hurt. Like, I think you guys would, by saying that, you guys will be good.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not to get too much into like draft prospects, but I'm pretty high on Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
I think when you see a guy who can run like almost as good as Lamar, like Justin Fields type of guy, you just take him.
I agree with that.
I don't think the Jets do, though. I don't think they
No.
agree with that.
No.
Let's find the slowest fucking guy possible and just let him sit in the pocket because we have a great O-line and we'll block for him. We have great receivers that we could just get him the ball to. Let's do that.
All right, we said we wouldn't do this. Mike told me before the show that if this started to happen, I saw the look in his eyes.
They
am
piss
supposed
me
to
off.
stop him.
They just get me angry.
We're going to move away from the Jets because that is what Mike's wishes
We
are.
need to have a prohibition of talking about Zach Wilson.
I don't
Discuss
want
the
to.
Jets, but not
Honestly,
Zach Wilson.
I think it ended today because this whole thing about Zach Wilson was honestly only being kept alive by me because I just kept saying he was alive.
You know we wanted to talk about
No,
it too, though.
I know,
Every
but
week
I'm
it's something
officially done with him. You can't get
I'm-
benched
me
3
too.
times in a
Me
season.
too. I'm done with him.
Yeah, it's over.
Took
It's
you
the
guys
dream.
fucking long
The
enough.
dream is
Jesus.
That was a big moment for us.
over. It was. It was.
Yeah,
it,
and
it
then next
ended-
week he plays and throws up 3 tutties and we're back
back.
here square
I-
one.
Was it?
Zach Wilson is back.
Was it a bit? Yes, it was always
It
a
was a
bit.
bit.
But like, I can't even ride with the bit anymore. Like, you can only take it so far, and when you get benched 3 times, you can't like. People like when we post it as a joke, people don't even comment anymore because they know they're in on the bit too. Like,
No, I knew it was
everyone
a bit.
feels bad for Mike.
I knew it was a bit, but you definitely knew that you could get me to actually
Yeah.
somewhat believe in Zach Wilson.
We got to go back through all the clips because I feel like the last.
It was all
Like-
to just work me up.
Yes.
And deep down, he knew that he was so fucking bad, but he would just work me up, and it always worked.
Dude,
It always did work, Mueller. I'll give you that.
I said today, so I was talking to a Browns fan, and it was me, one other guy, and this Browns fan, and I'm talking up Joe Flacco, and I talked for like 10 minutes before he said something. He's like, you know what? Honestly, I see where you're coming from. Like, if we get this game and this game, and like the playoffs work out this way, we could easily make the AFC Championship with Joe Flacco. Like, and this is my favorite thing to do. I love talking up people so
Muller's
much
low-key a
that
salesman.
eventually they just buy in with it too. I had someone agree with me today that the Browns with Joe Flacco, not Deshaun Watson, not anyone else in the league, with Joe Flacco, could make it to a possible Super Bowl.
I gave you the alley-oop there.
That is crazy. Yeah, shout out to you. But like that is one of my favorite things to do. Just talk people through a whole circle, but just lead them to a point where they believe. And that's what I tried to do with you. And
You never got me
if
with
we,
Zach.
I know you, but I was
there were
able.
moments where I did believe.
If we got to pull up all those clips because there was probably 10 to 20 times we brought it up over the last year where I would talk for a little bit. I could see the look in your eyes, and I would just go, "Gas, come on." And I would hand the mic to him, and he would, for some reason, just start agreeing with me. And like he would bring up all these stats that I had no clue about, and I'd be like, "Oh, Yeah, it makes so much sense now. It was always a bit, and now it's dead. So that's a yeah.
Do you think we
should
actually
put together like an RIP video to the bit? Not Zach Wilson, just to the bit.
What do you guys think actually happens with him? Because personally, I think he gets traded or cut.
He goes to LA,
He's
sits
gonna
behind
get-
Herbert.
There were reports that the Jets and him already mutually decided that he's going to get traded.
Yeah.
So
You
he'll be
think
a backup somewhere. And, like, he's going to get another chance to start eventually, but, like, he's going to get traded somewhere to be a backup.
Buffalo? Not Buffalo. Denver. I could see
I
that.
could see Buffalo, dude. I could see that. I could
No.
see anywhere in the
He belongs
AFC
in Denver.
East.
He needs
Yeah.
to be back in the mountain air. Maybe
Yeah.
True,
do
true,
something.
true.
The only reason I don't see Buffalo is because they got Kyle Allen. They got the Allen connection.
Yeah,
They're
that's true.
boys. They're really tight. They go golfing trips and stuff. Like,
Bob does sports.
they-
They're on.
yeah, you saw that one?
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Sammy Darnold.
Dude, he had that one chip shot of the bunker. Money.
Sammy
Shout out
Darnold.
to Bob Does Sports. Great show.
I
Come
miss
on,
Sam
Bob.
Darnold.
All right, all right, we're off the Jets. We're
I
done
miss
with
him.
the Jets. We're done with
Sam
the Jets.
Darnold, we love you.
So, while we're on the topic of the AFC and NFC wildcards, let's talk about the NFC one because we kind of got in the weeds there of the AFC one. I think we all agree that the Jags or the Colts will get in, and then it's going to be the Browns and Texans will fall out. Bills will get in, right? That's probably what's going to happen. NFC, you got the Vikings, Rams, Saints, all at 7-7. Seahawks, if they win tonight, would move to 7-7, but they are 6-7 at the moment. If they lose, I think that kind of sets it up for the NFC to be kind of finalized.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it moves anywhere unless Seattle wins tonight. But it's tight. Like Rams, honestly, like they might be the most dangerous team in the NFC right now in terms of like those
Yeah, they
guys
are.
that aren't going to win the division. Honestly, they're probably
Could sneak a win out.
I think they easily could sneak a win out. So how would this line up? So if it ended right now, we'd have the Vikings, Rams, Saints. So it would be 49ers getting a bye. Eagles would play the Saints. You would have the who would it be? Who would it be? Help me out here.
It'd be two.
So Eagles would play. It would be 2 versus 6, right?
I thought it was 2 versus 7.
Yeah, 2 versus 7. Sorry. So it would be Eagles Rams.
Eagles Rams. That'd be a fun one.
That would be, dude. Imagine Philly burning down because the
Dude,
Rams
I
beat
would,
them.
I would take the Rams.
I would
take
take
the
the
Rams,
Rams at this
100%.
point. And then you would have the Lions Vikings. Dude, this would be an awesome wild card round in the playoffs because then you would have the Cowboys Bucks. That would honestly be a good game based on how Baker's playing. San Fran gets a bye.
Oh, okay.
That would be an electric first round. Outside of that, no, honestly, yeah, probably outside of the Cowboys Bucks game. Cowboys should win that one by 20. Not just me being a fan of them, but like, come on, whoever's in that 5 spot should beat the shit out of
Yeah,
them.
unless Baker decides to have the game of his life again.
That was wild yesterday.
Fuck
They
me
were
over.
they were kind of stamped, low
Dude.
key. The Bucks were.
I know, but I'm just looking at like Packers. You didn't even like put up a fight. They were dead in the
Jordan
first
Love
half.
did, but their defense did not.
No, that's what I mean. They
Yeah.
made Baker Mayfield look like prime Tom Brady.
Yeah. Pretty sad.
I have Mike's head in a blender right now after talking about the Jets. This
No.
man has not been focused for the last 5
I
minutes.
was trying to find the playoff picture just to see, but yeah,
I killed Mike.
All-
I
all-
killed Mike.
blended.
My final pick for the Super Bowl, San Fran, Baltimore. It's my final pick.
Cowboys, Baltimore. Or no, sorry. Cowboys, Dolphins. I think it's a preview coming this week.
San Fran Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs, but they're gonna go back. They got him. They're gonna find a fucking way somehow. The refs are gonna either
No, I don't
Bless
think
them.
I don't think it's their year to 2-peat.
Let's get into this
can see it.
because one of the topics I wanted to get into was the Chiefs in the playoffs. My biggest question is when do they lose?
So I'm saying that's why they don't lose in the playoffs. And now they got Rasheed Rice and a good defense. They're tough to play. And if you're facing them in Arrowhead, that's a massive part of it. Good luck.
If the playoffs went today, it'd be Dolphins, Colts, Chiefs, Bengals, Jags, Browns, Honestly, the Bengals could give him a run for their money solely because who is he going to throw to? If every time he throws to Tony, it's an interception.
Who?
Kadarius Toney.
Oh, yeah. Why would you throw to Kadarius Toney?
Well, he continues to do it, and it's just an interception every time. You saw the one.
Let him run.
Kadarius Toney,
with
the
Kadarius
ball was
Toney.
here, and he went handoff. Gave it to the guy.
It's kind of like a joke that, like, Kadarius Toney is on the Chiefs, and everything that happens to him is just, like, so bad for his morale. Everything.
Since day one.
Since day one, yes.
Literally
but
since
they're like
week
trying their
one.
best to like get through that hump, and it's been 15 weeks and they still haven't done it.
It's, oh my God, it's crazy.
They need Pacheco back. Yeah, I will say, if there's one guy on the Chiefs that always comes about in playoff time, it's Jerick McKinnon.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, like he just comes alive in the playoffs. Like I expect him to do pretty damn well and get a lot of tutties if the Chiefs go far in the playoffs. It's gonna happen.
If they go far, yes, McKinnon has to play well, and he'll do that. I don't see them going far, though. I think they lose second round. I don't see them going to the Super Bowl this year. I don't think you can go to the Super Bowl with a wide receiver core like that.
Well, who knocks him out though?
Dolphins.
You think the Finns knock him out?
Because if it stopped today, the Dolphins would probably play them in the next round, assuming the top 4 win. You know, because Ravens would be on a bye. You think Dolphins win, Chiefs win, Jags win. It would be Dolphins, Chiefs in that second round. At Dolphins. I love the Dolphins this year. I think they go. I know everyone's saying that they're fool's gold, that they're not real. But, like, how many weeks can we watch them put up buckets on teams? And they're just throwing the ball out. Hill is the MVP.
What I'll say about them, they're a dangerous team. We all know they are. But
Yeah.
let's see it in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with the Cowboys.
Exact same as the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm literally taking both
They're
the teams that are fool's
They are
gold.
the Cowboys of the AFC.
Did I not say
Yes.
this?
Yes, you did.
Did I not say this?
Yes, you did.
I
As a
agree.
Cowboys fan, I agree with it, but I'm looking at this playoffs right now because every time a team wins, it seems like they take a step back and everyone's like, well, are they really the top dog? The whole season's kind of been like that. I know the top 2 teams have kind of been the top 2 teams all year, but you could say the same with Baltimore because every time that you think they're that team, something happens. So like they lost their running back this week. Maybe they lose.
Bad injury.
They lose bad to a team. Well, then you look at the 49ers. We all thought that they were the best team to ever grace the earth. And then they went on that 3-game stretch where it was like, are they actually that team? And now you look at the Cowboys this week. Everyone's like, Dak's the MVP. Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. And then they lay an egg. I mean, they had food poisoning, but lay an egg on Buffalo. And it's like,
Did that hurt his MVP race?
only because it's Dak and the Cowboys.
Just because of the stigma
this-
of Dak and the Cowboys?
And Eagles
I could
aren't
see
going to
that.
like to hear this, but if this was Jalen and the Eagles, I think it's less of a hit.
All right,
It's
so
because of the media. You
yes,
got to remember
yes,
the
yes,
media
yes.
part.
Especially
of
on the Cowboys, 100%.
Yeah, everyone is harder on the Cowboys and Dak Prescott because at the end of the day, it's the Cowboys and America's team. It's America's quarterback. As much as people don't want to think that that's the case, like that's the way it is in the media. And when you have Stephen A. Smith only physically able to talk about that instead of every other thing in the world, like he's gonna take a hit and people are gonna look at it and say, "Well, he's not my MVP." Like honestly, Tua probably has a better chance of winning it now than Dak.
I think between the MVP race right now, I think Dak, it hurts his stock for sure. I think he's still in the running for it.
Yeah.
I'm not even, again, I'm not hating on Jalen Hurts. We talked about this earlier today. Like, I don't think Hurts should win it. I don't think he should even be in conversation. And it's not, again, nothing on him, but like
He's not the best player on his team.
if you're counting push touchdowns and whatnot, like I feel like watching the Birds, like you barely see him really throw the ball much. Like it's very short yardage plays. Like I don't know. Like he, again, good quarterback, but I just don't think he's in discussion. Maybe depending, listen, it's all going to fluctuate the next couple weeks. But I think Brock is up there. I think Dak. I'll throw in Tua. I'll throw in Tyreek and CMC. That's kind of the bubble. Yeah, maybe Josh Allen if he creeps up. That's the bubble right now. I don't think Mahomes is in it. I don't think Hurts is in it. I think it's going to be a wild card. But again, it all depends on these next 3 weeks.
Yep. No, I totally agree.
You guys think Tua like actually deserves it, like big time? I feel like no one's just talking about it. Like I don't know.
enough.
I think the thing is, when you look at that team, all right, who is the MVP of the Dolphins?
It's Tyreek Hill.
Okay, so that's how you have to view this. You have to look at every team and say, who is the MVP of that team? If it's not the if it's not that guy,
That's a good point. That's why I like Brock over Tua.
Mhm.
Because Brock is the MVP.
That makes sense. I like
if you
that.
remove Brock Purdy from that team and you put Sam Darnold, and I know we love Sam Darnold, but that team gets significantly worse. If you take Dak Prescott out and you put in Trey Lance or Cooper Rush, that team gets significantly worse. If you take Tua out of that team, it's very hard to not hit Hill when he's wide open every time. It's very hard. Like, you would still put up at least 3 touchdowns a game.
And dude, that's exactly what I was trying to explain to Carlo. Like, because Carlo, like, I'm not even trying to hate. Like, he thinks that Tua deserves like just as much credit. Like, does Tua deserve credit for feeding Tyreek the ball? Of course he does. Like,
Someone has to do it.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. But like, I think my point is, and like, this is unmeasurable. But like, if you put any quarterback behind center with Tyreek Hill as a weapon, like, that's who you're looking for half the time. Like, and again, I'm not discrediting Tua whatsoever because he's had a very good year.
Yes.
But like, if Reek is around 1,900 yards, 2,000 yards, like, how could he not be the MVP? That's
If
like
he breaks the
Arise.
record, he has to win.
If Arise was going to finish his year batting over 350, how would you not give him the MVP in the MLB? Like, if you're reaching accolades like that are unreachable, like 99% of the time, you have to just do it. Like, for the sake of the NFL, not freaking anything up, you got to just give an award like that to someone. And I don't know if he's going to get it now because he just lost. He just missed that game. He's probably like 1,500.
See, but I hate the whole thing about this MVP award where you're like, all right, well, now he, and I know you're talking about the yards part, but people are going to hold that against him and be like, oh, he didn't break it. Well, like,
he still was the best wide receiver in the league,
Yeah,
like, by far. Not even close.
It's like, all right, so if Dak was so sick, like, half our team was sick last night. And I'm not, I am making an excuse. But, like, half our team was sick and they're playing in cold condition. Nobody likes that. You remember when you were growing up, you would have stayed home from school. I give them props for even going out there.
It's bad, L. They went on a run. It's all good.
It's all good. We weren't going to win the conference anyways. We probably weren't going to win the division anyway, so who gives a shit? But, like, all right, so Hill, he misses a game. Does that mean he's a worse player than A.J. Brown, who cried all last week? No, that's what I mean.
Of course not.
And you look at all these NBA players in all these other leagues, guys miss games all the time that win MVP. I don't know why we should not hold that against them.
No, I agree. I mean, it's just how
Like, if
how
that's,
everyone looks at it, though. You know what I mean? Like, I wish it wasn't that way. I mean, because it hurts his stock of hitting 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
But like that, like if he hits 2K, I feel like
he might hit it without needing that week.
I know. So maybe even like 1,900 yards. I mean, he's a stud. He's unguardable. He's the best receiver in the league. Like, I'm tired of the quarterback war. They should just make it 2 awards at that point.
So he only needs 500 or 460 yards.
That's it?
Over his next 3 games.
That's achievable.
Yes. So if he puts up 100 the next 2 weeks, you're looking at that. Like, they honestly, there might be a scenario where they won't be able to win the conference. The best they can do is team number 2, and they might have that locked up by week 18. And I could see them for the whole first half just being like, we're only throwing to him. And they just don't care if they punt. Just every single chance they have, they just throw it at him, see what he does, and just try and get him as like a 200-yard game.
Dude, he screwed me this week. I feel like he screwed a lot of fantasy players this week bad.
Not this guy.
Not you, but me in 2 leagues, but the one I won. But
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
anything else? Should we get into the stardoms, situms?
well, let's end this.
All right.
Yeah, we're at like an hour 15.
Oh, Jesus.
Hour 15?
Oh, God.
We're done. See you later.
We got off. Yeah. See ya. Peace.